Hi everyone. Well, today I'm going to tell you a few points of the plannings of warfare of Lord Krishna in Mahabharata war. Well, it is described in so many ways, but I am going to tell you a few points about his planning, and sometimes if I want I will relate it to cricket match. Well, how he was the best player, the best wicket keeper, the best bowler and the best umpire. Well, you know, from the beginning of Mahabharata war, both Kauravas and Pandavas went to Lord Krishna to invite him to take their sides. And actually, Duryodhan was there before Arjun. But unfortunately, Lord Krishna saw Arjun first. So that is why he had given the choice, two choices to both of them, means to Duryodhan and Arjun. The one choice was 10,000 Ayuksani Narayani Sena. The other one was he would be there unarmed, means he would not hold any weapon. So he would not take any active as a warrior, active role as a warrior. And when he asked Arjun, Arjun told him that, "Oh Lord, we don't want anyone except you, even if you will not hold the weapons." You know, at that time, what Duryodhan thought? Duryodhan became very happy and he thought that Arjun was a foolish, and that is why, without taking the 10,000 Ayuksani Narayani Sena, those who are very powerful, he had chosen Krishna, who will not take any active part in the war, means he will not hold any weapon. That was his first mistake. But look how Lord Krishna, without any partiality, he had given the choice, and that too, what a plan he had. He knew that the Pandavas were the followers of Dharma and Duryodhana was the follower of Adharma. He was a wicked person. And his incarnation on earth was just to establish Dharma. And as per him, Dharma was on the basis of morality, righteousness, and duties. That he later part of Mahabharata, I mean, in the battlefield, he explained to Arjuna. Now let us see the second point. Once again, before the starting of Mahabharata war, he met uh, Barbarika, son of Bhimsen, Ghatotkacha, grandson of Bhimsen. And when he came to know about the strength of Barbarik, he thought that if Barbarik could be there, he would finish the Mahabharata war within a few minutes. So what he would do? And by that, the justice cannot be given to all of them. That is why he planned so nicely that Barbarik was not present during the Mahabharata war. Although he had seen the whole total Mahabharata war by the blessing of Lord Krishna himself, he didn't take the active part. Now the third thing is, once again before Mahabharata war, Lord Krishna went to the Kaurava Sabha hall just to establish peace, means to talk about peace on behalf of King Yudhishthira. But that time also, Duryodhan, as you know, he was a wicked fellow, stubborn. He didn't like this peace talk and he went for war. So, this is again, you can say that Lord Krishna just tried his best to stop this war. But once again, he wanted to establish Dharma. That is why he proceeded with the message given by Duryodhana that war should be there. War was inevitable. Now, well, the war began, and just before, on the first day of the war, when Arjun kept aside his weapons and he didn't agree to fight against the Kauravas, that time Lord Krishna told him that whatever he is doing, he, as a Kshatriya, he is supposed to fight with his enemies. And at that time also, he showed his Vishwarupa and explained the morality, the righteousness, and told him about dharma, the duties. Well, as you know, the whole total Bhagavad Gita was based on the dialects of Lord Krishna and Arjuna. You should know that on the battlefield, how he could explain so many things. He was the superhuman, means he was the God himself. So he stopped the time till he explained the 18th chapter of Gita. And then the war began. Now another incident was there when Abhimanyu was in his mother's womb. That time he heard how to enter the Chakravyuha. But before hearing the coming out, means to how to exit from Chakravyuha, Lord Krishna took Arjun to some other place by which the child in his mother's womb couldn't hear, means in Subhadra's womb, Abhimanyu couldn't hear. So he didn't know how to come out. Why did he do that? He knew everything. Knowingly he did it because Abhimanyu was destined to live for 16 years only. He was the son of Lord Chandra, and the moon god allowed his son to take his birth on earth just for 16 years. After that, he went back to his own abode. Now that was one incident. Now come to another point, that when in Kuru Sabha, Draupadi was robbed by Dusasan. That time also Lord Krishna could save her from the very beginning, and he could also save Yudhishthir from the dice game. But only one thing, he created his Maya in such a way that the dice game, the unfair game, when it was over, then only he came to know. And when Draupadi was tortured by Dusasan, then only she prayed, she surrendered herself to Lord Krishna, and then only he helped her. So everything he knew, and he only tried his best to explain the dharma, duties, and morality, and also righteousness. So once again, on the battlefield, you know that Pitamaha, Bhishma, Guru, Dronacharya and Karna, they just shot the divine weapons at Arjuna. But as Lord Krishna was everything to Arjuna, as the Pandavas surrendered themselves to him totally, he saved Arjuna all the time. Like when the divine weapons were targeted towards him, he just pressed the chariot and saved Arjuna's life. Another incident, when the war was over, he asked Arjuna to get down from the chariot, and then he got down. You know why? After that, the chariot was burnt into ashes. A huge sound came out, the chariot was burned, and it turned into ashes. And Lord Hanuman on his flag also went away. So if you think from the beginning till to end. Like when the combat between Duryodhan and Bhimsen was going on, that time Lord Krishna indicated his thigh to Bhimsen. He asked Arjun to show the thigh to, just give a indication to Bhimsen. And that is why Bhim attacked Duryodhan on below of his naval part, which was of course out of rule. However, but he did it because Duryodhan, the Kauravas are the beginner of the adharma. They did all the wrong things. So to establish dharma, whatever Krishna did, everything was right. When one reason is that when Karna repeatedly asked Arjun to wait as his wheel was under the earth, sank. That time, Arjun didn't wish to fight with him immediately. He waited. But Lord Krishna just told him about all the incidents which could instigate him, means which would force him to get angry and fight back. He told him about Abhimanyu, the death of Abhimanyu. And that time even Karna asked him, "Oh Lord, oh Krishna, is this your dharma?" That time Lord Krishna told him, "Oh Karna, how can you talk about dharma? You are now talking about dharma. Did you forget when all the 6 Maharathis killed the young boy Abhimanyu? Where was your dharma when Draupadi was robbed by Dushasan? And where was your dharma when Bhim was poisoned by Duryodhan? And yes, where was your dharma when all of you combinedly tried to kill them in Jatugriha? And the most important is, how could you play the game with Yudhishthir? The game was played by Sakuni. He was the master one in dice game. So he reminded him all his adharma. That too, Karna also called Draupadi as a whore and as a servant, which was not supposed to be called. So these things he reminded to Karna. And till to the end of Mahabharata war, Krishna played his role so nicely, and every incident he justified with dharma. Even when the war was over, Vyasadeva told Gandhari, Kunti, Dhritarashtra and all other Kauravas to go to the battlefield and have a look. That time when Gandhari just he roamed around the battlefield, and when he touched it, Duryodhana's body, that time she cried, and out of anger she cursed Krishna that the way you destroyed my family, the same way your family also will be destroyed. And even she asked, "Oh Krishna, how did you do this injustice to my children?" That time Lord Krishna said, "Oh Gandhari, when Duryodhan did all these misdeeds, that time you were there. And I told you repeatedly to stop this adharma. Why didn't you stop your son at that time? Where was your dharma?" That was one. Of course, Gandhari was, she was trying her best to stop Duryodhan from doing all these wicked things. Anyways, another thing, when Aswasthama shot the Brahmasira weapon to, or Narayani, that I can't remember, Astra to Uttaraj's Om to kill the newborn baby, that time Lord Krishna only the one who saved him. So he didn't do any partiality to anyone. His only role was to establish dharma, and he did it. And as you know, he is in everybody's heart. He knows who is good, who is bad. He helps to him who surrenders totally to him only. Who surrenders himself totally to him only. Anyways, actually the role of Krishna was so vast, only a few points I have given. Once again I will tell you some other time, some other points. Thank you so much.